Okay, day 202 of the cut. Still feeling like I'm gonna die, like moving pretty freaking slow today, so took my sweet ass time warming up, but I think we should be pretty ready to get under the bar now. But the good news for today is shoulder feels so much freaking better than it did on Thursday, so I think that was the right call, keeping Thursday pretty toned down, because as of now, like, should be 100% good to go and not need to modify the bench day too much when we get to Monday. And the other good news is that definitely have wrapped my head around having to stick this diet out a little bit longer, so we're excited to stick this diet out a little bit longer. I mean, that's at least what I'm telling myself to let me get through the last couple of weeks of this bullshit, because it's like the longer I wait, the more fun it should be when I do bring food back in, right? Anyways, today is one day on squats, and with how I felt earlier this week, might end up really good, might end up really shitty, but we're gonna do our best to keep it on the more really good side of things. And if you're wondering what I was doing there, I was just putting chalk in my shoes so that my feet are a little bit more grippy when I'm trying to grab into the floor. Quads definitely a little bit sore from that pitch shark adventure, but everything else feeling pretty a-okay. Shoulder wasn't perfect on that set, but expecting as we work up, should be able to pull the tension a little bit better, and if that doesn't happen, we'll just do a little bit more prep for it. Shoulder felt much better for that set, so don't gotta panic. Also, definitely doing a better job of finding that rebound earlier, so we gotta make sure we don't forget to do that on 3. Woo! Man, that might be the best 3 reds has felt in a very long time. And being real, it does kind of pain me to be excited about 3 reds feeling good, but we all gotta start somewhere, you know? So, gonna do our best to keep her going with 495, which should be 5 reps unless I fuck something up. You got that, Miana? Should be 5. And like, I do have a tendency to fall asleep right now, so just, if I start going limp.
Come on. Yeah. Easy work. Yeah. Looks like you. Come on. Elbows down. One more.
So, as of now, I think we're sticking with plan A. And we got Tyler running team programming right now. Got a 40-pound all-time sleep PR loaded up, so this might be a little bit of a send, but should be a fun time.
There you go. Lock that in. Control.
Good. Squat. Pull down. Pull. Yep. Chug through. Hell yeah. Dude. That moved better than the last one. Freaking stoked with how that moved. Considering that's already a 40-pound PR for him on the day, we're not going to take another jump from here because we don't want to get too sloppy. But if you're feeling stuck in your training like Tyler was not too long ago before he got on the team programming, hit the link below, join the team, because not only are we going to set you up with rock solid programming, we're going to be able to give you individualized coaching on all of your lifts, not just your mains, but your accessories, so you can make sure that you're doing those right, putting the right intent in so that your main lifts actually get better. Anyways, 545 here for me, aiming for a triple if things don't feel like shit.
Big pack. Good. Better head. Pull.
Easy. Moving like you. Come on. Head.
Woo! Yeah, we might just be figuring out this squat thing again. And what is contributing to making the squats feel so much better as of late is I've been cranking on the hip rotation work kind of like this to let me support that bit narrower stance. Like I'm running at home right now, running it between sets on the way up just to make sure that I have the range access that I need to hit the hole freaking hard. Other things that I'm running right now is, if you've been watching the vlog, you've been seeing me cranking the shit out of GHR sit-ups, which are still weaker than I want them to be. But since I have brought them back, have been loading them, brace strength is coming up. And the last thing that we're doing that's letting me do a better job is I've been running high bars as secondary, which we're going to do after we take top set for the day. So we got 585 here on the bar for the top set, which I am a little bit nervous for because it's the most I've squatted in a very long time. So we'll have to wake up and do good. Because as I always say, nerves are not a bad thing if you can channel it into something productive.
Good. Head. Back, yeah. Yeah.
Rock! And apparently Miana missed the communication that I wasn't going for plus reps on that one, which made it very tempting to want to go for more than a single. But I think on squats, like the wise choice today with how things are feeling was just keep it there. Part of me does want to go 605 because I know I can, but I also know that I don't have to. And I think it will be more productive to save that little bit of energy to dig in to the high bars. I got it. I want to talk to the camera on loading plate.
Okay.
Because if I want to do what I want to do in December, like on the platform, we need to squat mid to high eights and sleeves, which is going to mean that we need to get our high bar squat back into PR territory, which we are currently a very long way off of. So we'll start here at 435 today.
Good. Last one yet. Come on. Forward. There you go.
And the reason I like the high bars right now is with being skinnier than I have been in a very long time, like my low bar feels very open and exposed. High bar being more open and exposed on low bar is letting me have an easier time trusting myself to load into quads hard without having the belly to push into. So we'll go 475 on 2 here, and if she goes well, we'll go 505. And this did get a little bit gross last week, so we're gonna have to kind of bring it.
How was that? Better. Come on. One sec. Good.
I think we can go up off that. And best high bars ever are 675 triple, 738 single. And the reason I'm saying that right now is so that I feel bad about myself enough to get motivation to make this 505 good. Because, like, doesn't matter how hungry and low and skinny I'm feeling right now. If I want to squat a PR in December, we gotta chug through this one.
Control. One more. Come on. Get trucking. Hold it.
Woo! Was that as shitty as last week, or was it a little better?
A little better.
Okay, good, good. Progress. And I do hate how hard that felt for only being 505, but I am freaking stoked that we put 100 pounds on the high bar over this wave. And I know a lot of that is coming down to regaining skill and high bar, but a lot of the reason I'm doing high bar is for that skill aspect, so I'm okay with it. And as I was alluding to on Thursday's vlog, not gonna run 3 super hard push movement slots today just for the sake of not feeling dead tomorrow, and not feeling dead Monday, and I'm not feeling dead again for Wednesday. Still going to run the Bulgarians, but going to limit myself to 2 plates here, so we'll load up 1 for a feeler after Nikki's done her set. Look at that jug. It's finally got enough weight on the bar. And in hindsight, I probably should have raised this to my own rack height before loading the plates. That was a little sketchy, but we survived. And I don't know what the plan is for reps, and at this point, I might not even hold myself to the 2 plate limit, but we'll see how she feels. I can move the camera for you guys. No, it's right there, but yeah, just let me finish. Oh, yeah?
We already trained. We're just
Okay,
around.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to try this thing, it is nasty. It's like a slider, like reverse lunge thing. Alrighty, 2 plates on. Camera where she hopefully won't get clipped. Let's feel this guy out. And again, like if it feels hard enough that I can make it a work set, we'll stick out and do reps. If it feels way too easy, we will go up. But again, I'm not going to try to cook myself too hard today. Gosh darn it, we're going to have to put more weight on. Yeah, we're going to have to disregard what I was saying a few minutes ago. Because, yeah, we're going to go 2 1/4. That feels way too freaking good. But we are going to be smart and run another one here instead of going up. Okay, round 2 at 2 1/4. Have 0 clue if this camera angle is going to work, so apologies in advance if it doesn't. My head's just going to be out of frame, so if you guys want to look at my face, might thank me for it. I love this machine so much. And I think that's going to be enough of this sucker for today. Current problem is that it is the opening weekend officially at the Realm, which means that there is a shit ton of massage tables and booths surrounding the GHR. Was kind of hoping to be cleared out by now, so we're going to walk back over and run Nordics in the place where I would be doing GHRs today. And because we haven't ran the Nordics in a little while, we'll assess the situation with easy mode. Might drop her down from here, but again, like the goal is to train my hamstrings and not totally murder them so we can still have a half decent deadlift on Wednesday. Feels like the banded GHRs are paying off because that didn't suck that bad. Maybe we'll be able to drop it down. We'll drop her down. So yeah, I'm gonna go 15 degrees and see how well we can hold it together. Yeah, banded GHR is definitely paying off. Gotta not put the camera in a hallway. But I think we will drop her down again. So yeah, we're gonna get a little bit adventurous here. Still gonna cap reps before it really sucks though. I'm like, yeah, a little cheaty out of the bottom, but it is a full range of motion Nordic, so I'm okay with it. That may have been one too many. But it does kind of confirm that the banded GHRs are absolutely the ticket, so we're going to keep running those when there isn't a bunch of massage tables in front of the GHR. And before we make our way over to crank on some reverse hypers, was told that I have to give the supinato row a try, so we're giving this a try for upper back slot today. Because after last week, I'm going to give myself a little bit of time to run more pullovers at home as prep work before we crank on that pullover machine hard again. That is nice. I am a fan of this. Was expecting two plates to feel a little bit lighter than that, so I don't think we're going up for set number 2. But like the lat squeeze we're getting is absolutely freaking insane, so I'm okay with it. Okay, round 2. We're going to use this machine more often because that was very nice. And I just turned around the corner to run the reverse hyper because I got reverse hypers next. And I was caught very off guard because that is Miana and Nikki in sumo wrestling suits. So I don't know if they're going to sumo wrestle or not, but they probably should for the vlog. Yeah, there's no way in hell you guys are going to catch Drell and I doing that. And now the worst part about bringing my reverse hyper into the gym versus having it in my basement is when I was in my basement, I could just leave 4 plates on it all the time. When it's in the gym, I got to load plates on it, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass, but it'll be worth doing so we can actually do reverse hypers again. And got to remember to put the numbers facing outwards on the first one so the bolt doesn't get hung up on it and snag. So, yeah. I mean, it kind of helps if I just suck it up and roll all 4 over at once. And what I was going to say is that the downside of having to load all those plates is that my back is already cooked before I even get on the damn thing, but I'll at least pretend that pre-fatigue is a benefit. So, let's dig into the back pump. And like I said last week, what I determine the set is over is the rep that I can no longer fight for my life on the eccentric with. And noticing how far the plate slid off, probably should have put a clip on, but that would be too much effort at this point. Like if they didn't fall off in the first set, we should be okay on the second. I hate this thing so freaking much, but I do love what it does to my deadlift, so we're gonna suck it up and keep running it. And we're gonna do something a little bit different for the ab work today because I really liked how hard the pullover loading was on GHR sit-ups on Wednesday, but I didn't like how much it felt like I was gonna die. So we got our nice, cute little 15-pound kettlebell, and we're set up with our feet hooked under the squatting platform of the combo rack, so we can run this pullover position with a little bit of support on the rib cage, and it feels a lot less like my abs are at risk of actually ripping off, so we'll run this. Appropriately gross. We'll do another one, and I'll try to do a better job of letting her go over my head. Okay, round 2. You guys can walk through, it's fine. Don't worry. Walk through, it's fine.
Oh no, we're just watching.
Pausing that rep to tell those girls to walk in front of the camera really sucked. So, yeah. But I am very excited to progress those because they feel so freaking gross. And the meat prep where I came back from the ab pairs originally, I ripped the abs off out of meat in October. And then 20 weeks later, I ended up squatting 793 on the platform. And it was this that I credit getting it back with, because all I had at the time, I didn't have the GHR in the basement yet. I just had the combo rack. So I was doing these with a 25-pound kettlebell pullover style, like we're just doing there. Like the 15 felt pretty gross, but I think we can get back to 25 and probably progress past the 25 here in the coming weeks if we stay on our shit. And you know we're gonna stay on our shit. And I think like today going as well as it did after Thursday feeling like I was gonna die, Wednesday feeling like I was gonna die, I think I've made the appropriate calls on toning down the accessory slots a little bit. Going to continue the little bit more chill accessory strategy, because again, like I was saying, I don't think I need 2 gnarly pushed slots on each accessory day. So I think the plan for Wednesday's deadlift is still pull, still crank the shit out of the stiff legs, and then instead of cranking the shit out of the pit shark, probably gonna do something a little bit more load limited. I'll have to play with all of the new Panada machines they got in and figure out what I want to do. I did sit on their new hack squat where you can angle it to pretty aggressive to really low to the quads, and like doing it empty felt pretty heavy, so I think that might be a good thing to go on. But they also have a really nice leg press too, so I'll have to decide what I want to run instead of the pit shark next week. And I'm thinking for the next squat wave, I'll probably again I'll keep the Bulgarians in, but I'm not going to go up to like a really heavy balls out set. I'll keep the reps a little bit higher just so I don't feel like I'm going to die. And then upper body days, not sure what I'm going to do yet. Probably going to switch the order around and kind of spread the more horizontal vertical work out a little bit, just so I'm not like totally smashing the ever-living shit out of horizontal on Monday and then totally smashing the ever-living shit out of vertical on the Thursday. So we'll trade some stuff around and only run 3 hard push slots instead of the 4. I think if we do that, we should be good to lock in and finish out this cut. And like, it is kind of the same thing where now that I know that I could tell Justin that I want to stop, it makes it so freaking tempting just to shut it down and end it right now and put food back in. But I know if I am rolling as well as I am right now, like we should be able to keep it rolling. And the goal is to continue stretch it out for at least another week, maybe 2 weeks, probably 2 weeks. I'll say like 2 weeks is the goal. If we're feeling really good, we might stretch it out for 3, but that is also getting maybe uncomfortably close to the meet considering we're 22 weeks out now. But I think we still should have plenty time to get back in shape, especially if we're moving 585 like that. Like 585 is a very long ways off of my comp squat PR, but moving it that well when I do feel this low, it's like, I know when we do bring food back in, it won't be like instant back into the 7s, but we should be able to climb quite appropriately. And for that, I'm very excited. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace out. Have a good rest of your night, and I will see you in the team.